Hollywood awoke to uproar when a rumor so wild, so impossible, and yet so dangerously enticing ignited across the internet. Sam Heughan and Caitríona Balfe had secretly married. Not engaged, not whispered about, but wed in a hidden ceremony no one predicted. The headline alone stopped fans mid-scroll. For years, their chemistry had fueled theories, hopes, fantasies, and endless speculation, yet a clandestine wedding. That was a twist even Outlander couldn't have written better. And the rumor didn't come from an obscure corner of the internet. It was leaked by someone claiming to have been closer than anyone should have been, someone hinting at a private gathering, an exclusive venue, and a guest list bound to secrecy. They described an intimate setting, a ring glimpsed but never photographed, and a moment where Sam and Caitríona stood closer than co-stars ever would. It sounded absurd, yet disturbingly specific. Fans tried to dismiss it, but the details felt too sharp to ignore. Soon the internet blazed with theories, screenshots, and evidence that multiplied faster than truth could intervene. People dug up old clips where their eyes lingered or their bodies leaned toward one another too naturally. Others resurfaced behind-the-scenes photos, red carpet touches, and interviews where their laughter lasted a heartbeat too long. What once seemed harmless suddenly looked like clues. The fandom transformed into investigators, connecting timelines and zooming in on rings, reflections, shadows, anything suggesting a hidden union. What made the rumor even more explosive was the strange symmetry in their recent schedules. Both vanished from public sight for days the month before. Both posted vague updates that could imply travel, or something far more intimate. And both appeared more restrained afterward, answering questions with measured politeness instead of playful warmth. Observers began voicing the question no one had dared speak aloud. Had something massive happened off camera? Entertainment outlets seized the chaos immediately. Major gossip sites plastered headlines like "Secret Wedding Stuns Outlander Fans" and "Balfe-Heughan Love Story Confirmed at Last." Talk shows debated it as if it were international news. Some dismissed the idea as laughable. Others reminded audiences that Hollywood had hidden far stranger truths. The frenzy grew until even people who had never watched an episode of Outlander were asking what was happening. Then came the alleged wedding witness. An anonymous source claimed they saw Sam and Caitríona at a secluded Scottish estate, describing an atmosphere that felt unmistakably ceremonial, flowers, soft lighting, and a moment that looked too emotional to be staged. The details were foggy, yet the claim poured gasoline on a fire already raging. Fans wondered if they were witnessing the beginning of Hollywood's biggest secret romance reveal. Behind the scenes, industry whispers suggested the rumor wasn't entirely invented. There had been a private event involving Sam and Caitríona, though its meaning remained a mystery. Some said it was a celebration among close friends. Others insisted it was a deeply personal moment unrelated to romance, but easily misread. The uncertainty only amplified the hysteria. Silence felt intentional, and every hour without clarification added weight. Even more provocative were the subtle reactions from the actors themselves. Sam posted a photo fans claimed showed a faint ring-shaped mark on his finger. Caitríona shared an image captioned about cherishing precious moments, fueling fresh waves of speculation. Neither confirmed nor denied the rumor, but the timing of their posts felt either exquisitely planned, or disastrously unlucky. No one could tell which, and that uncertainty became its own wildfire. As theories intensified, longtime fans felt torn between wonder and disbelief. Some had always hoped there was more between them. Others fiercely defended their privacy, insisting the rumors were invasive and harmful. But everyone agreed on one thing: the fact that such a massive rumor erupted with no response from either actor made the moment even more unsettling. Silence in Hollywood is rarely accidental. Then, the loudest leak yet emerged, an insider claiming Sam was preparing a statement. Not a denial, not a confirmation, something bigger, weightier, something that would shift the narrative entirely. That single hint detonated across social media, leaving fans desperate for answers and terrified of what might follow. Because if Sam was ready to speak, it meant the story was far from over. As the frenzy reached its highest point, the world waited for Sam Heughan to break his silence. Every outlet, every fan account, every entertainment reporter braced for his words. When the statement finally appeared, it hit with the force of an earthquake. Sam didn't ease into it or sidestep the speculation. He went straight to the heart of it. There is a truth here, he began, but not the one Hollywood believes it knows. Instantly, everything shifted. He clarified there was no secret wedding, no vows, no rings, no hidden ceremony. But he didn't end there. Sam admitted there had been a private event, meaningful enough to be misunderstood. He described it as a deeply personal gathering shared by people who had survived some of the hardest years of their lives together. It was emotional, yes, intimate, undeniably, but not romantic, not binding, not a marriage. He revealed candid details. The event was tied to gratitude, closure, and the acknowledgement of a creative partnership that had shaped both of their lives. It honored a decade of trust, work, and connection, one the public could never fully comprehend. It was a goodbye to a chapter, he said, not the beginning of a new one. Those words pierced more deeply than any wedding rumor. But of course, the statement didn't silence everyone. Some fans accused him of covering the truth, insisting his emotional description made it sound even more like a wedding. Others speculated he was protecting Caitríona, whose real-life marriage complicated everything. Conspiracy theories multiplied. Screenshots were dissected line by line, as though decoding a secret message. Even Sam seemed to know that clarity wouldn't stop the tidal wave. Caitríona's response added more fuel. Hours later, she posted a short message thanking Sam for honoring the truth with grace. It wasn't denial. It wasn't explanation. It was gratitude, raising even more questions. What truth? What grace? Her words felt like a half-open curtain, revealing just enough to inflame curiosity but never enough to satisfy it. The silence inside her sentence was louder than any speech. Hollywood pundits pounced. They called Sam's statement poetic, mysterious, unintentionally romantic. Talk shows speculated that something deeper had happened, something private, unspoken, and more meaningful than a fabricated wedding ever could be. The narrative spun wildly, from romance rumors to whispers of heartbreak, loyalty, and a bond that defied labels. Behind the noise, Sam's intended message was softer, rawer. He admitted the rumors hurt people, that they threatened to overshadow years of genuine friendship and respect. He confessed he wished the world didn't cling so fiercely to fantasies that blurred actors with the characters they portrayed. And most significantly, he revealed that the emotional weight between them had shifted long before the wedding rumor erupted. The private event, he said, was their way of acknowledging that truth. As time passed, fans began to understand the depth of his words. This wasn't a denial, it was a farewell, a symbolic boundary drawn where endless speculation once lived. Sam was telling the world that something meaningful had concluded. And the ceremony people thought they witnessed was not a secret marriage, but a symbolic closing of a chapter. A moment shared by two people who carried the burden of global projection for far too long. The fallout was immense. Some fans mourned as if a real relationship had ended. Others praised Sam for defending boundaries that never should have been crossed. Hollywood insiders admitted they had never seen co-stars navigate such a fragile situation with such restraint and honesty. The rumor that shook Hollywood revealed something far deeper than scandal. It exposed the emotional complexity behind one of entertainment's most mythologized partnerships. Sam ended his message with a line that lingered long after the drama settled. Not every bond needs a wedding to be unforgettable. Some stories end quietly, and that is enough. And with that, the frenzy finally softened, leaving behind a bittersweet truth, a closed chapter, and a Hollywood still reeling from a bombshell no one ever expected.